Security teams linked to global pop icon Taylor Swift are reportedly operating under high alert as her anticipated wedding to NFL star Travis Kelce draws closer. As speculation surrounding the high-profile ceremony intensifies, concerns over safety and crowd control have escalated, prompting what sources describe as one of the most rigorous security operations ever arranged for a celebrity wedding. According to individuals familiar with the situation, the heightened security posture is not a reaction to a single incident, but a proactive response to the unprecedented level of public attention surrounding the couple. Swift and Kelce have become one of the most visible power couples in the world, blending the massive global reach of pop culture with the high-stakes visibility of professional sports. Every public appearance, private outing, or unconfirmed rumor involving them quickly dominates headlines and social media feeds. Taylor Swift's global influence is a key factor driving the increased concern. Her concerts routinely attract tens of thousands of fans, generate viral moments within minutes, and can overwhelm local infrastructure. Translating that level of attention to a private, personal event such as a wedding presents unique risks. Security experts note that even minor leaks of information, such as a vague location detail or background image, could rapidly mobilize large crowds. Sources say the security plan now in place goes far beyond standard celebrity protocols. Measures reportedly include layered perimeter defenses, real-time surveillance monitoring, controlled access points, and coordination with local authorities. Only a very limited circle is said to have full knowledge of the event's logistical details, and all personnel involved have undergone extensive vetting. One of the primary concerns, according to insiders, is the speed at which information can spread in the digital age. Social media, fan forums, and real-time tracking of private jets or motorcades have made it increasingly difficult for high-profile figures to remain unnoticed. For this reason, planners are said to be operating under the assumption that any leaked detail could become public within minutes. Multiple reports indicate that the wedding location may have been revised more than once following security assessments. These changes were allegedly driven not by aesthetic preferences or scheduling conflicts, but by evolving risk evaluations. Backup venues are believed to be on standby, ready to be activated at short notice should conditions change or new concerns arise. Travis Kelce is reportedly fully aligned with the cautious approach. While accustomed to intense scrutiny from fans and media during the NFL season, those close to him say he recognizes that this situation carries a different level of unpredictability. Unlike a stadium environment with controlled access and visible security, a private wedding presents a far more complex challenge. As the rumored date approaches, security operations are said to be entering their most intensive phase. Access to surrounding areas is being closely monitored, response teams are on standby, and contingency plans are in place for a wide range of scenarios. From unauthorized drones to unplanned crowd movement, planners are said to be preparing for possibilities both conventional and extreme. Despite widespread interest, neither Swift nor Kelce has issued detailed public statements about the wedding or the security measures surrounding it. Industry observers believe the silence is intentional, designed to reduce speculation and avoid drawing additional attention that could complicate safety efforts. The lack of official confirmation has only fueled public curiosity. Security analysts note that a high alert status does not necessarily indicate a specific threat, but rather reflects the scale of the event and the individuals involved. In this case, it underscores the reality that for figures of Swift and Kelce's stature, even deeply personal milestones require protections comparable to major public events. Ultimately, those close to the couple emphasize that the objective is simple: to allow Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce to celebrate a meaningful, private moment without disruption. While the world waits for confirmation and details, preparations continue quietly behind the scenes. If and when the ceremony takes place, it may be remembered not only as a union of two cultural icons, but also as one of the most carefully safeguarded private events in modern celebrity history, proof of how fame, in today's world, reshapes even the most intimate occasions. Beyond the visible layers of protection, sources describe a quieter, less noticeable effort unfolding in parallel. Cybersecurity teams are reportedly involved as well, tasked with monitoring digital chatter, tracking unusual online activity, and identifying potential information leaks before they gain traction. In recent years, high-profile events have increasingly faced risks not only on the ground, but also online, where coordinated attempts to expose private locations or schedules can originate. For an event of this magnitude, digital silence is considered just as critical as physical security. Industry insiders say the wedding preparations are being treated with a level of discretion more commonly associated with diplomatic summits than celebrity celebrations. Communications are said to be compartmentalized, with vendors, staff, and contractors receiving only the information absolutely necessary for their specific roles. Even longtime collaborators are reportedly operating under strict confidentiality agreements, reinforcing the sense that secrecy itself has become a central pillar of the strategy. The intense focus on safety reflects a broader shift in how celebrity events are managed in the current era. As public fascination with Taylor Swift has reached new heights, driven by record-breaking tours, constant media coverage, and her cultural influence, experts warn that traditional approaches to privacy are no longer sufficient. What once might have been a quiet, invitation-only affair now carries global implications simply because of the names involved. Observers point out that the Swift-Kelce relationship sits at a unique intersection of fan bases. Swift's international following spans generations and continents, while Kelce commands a massive audience within the sports world. The convergence of these two spheres has amplified interest to a level rarely seen, increasing both the celebratory attention and the potential for disruption. Reports also suggest that local authorities have been quietly consulted, even if their involvement is not overt. Coordination with emergency services, traffic control units, and airspace monitoring teams is believed to be part of the broader plan. While no official restrictions have been announced, experts say temporary measures could be enacted swiftly if deemed necessary, without prior public notice. Despite the extraordinary precautions, those close to the couple emphasize that the atmosphere behind the scenes is not one of panic, but of careful preparation. High alert is described as a preventive stance rather than a reaction to an imminent threat. In this context, readiness is viewed as the best form of protection, ensuring that any unexpected development can be handled calmly and efficiently. Public fascination continues to grow as speculation fills the absence of confirmed details. Social media platforms remain awash with theories about possible dates, locations, and guest lists. Yet every unverified claim appears to be met with silence from the couple's representatives, reinforcing the perception that withholding information is intentional and strategic. For Taylor Swift, who has often spoken about reclaiming control over her narrative and personal life, the approach aligns with a long-standing desire to draw clearer boundaries between public and private moments. Friends of the singer say the wedding represents not just a romantic milestone, but also a statement about privacy in an era where visibility often feels unavoidable. Travis Kelce's role in this dynamic is also drawing attention. Known for his charismatic public persona, he has reportedly embraced a more reserved posture as the wedding approaches. Sources say he has limited public comments and adjusted his schedule to reduce unnecessary exposure, signaling a shared commitment to keeping the moment protected. As anticipation builds, analysts note a paradox at the heart of the situation. The more tightly controlled the event becomes, the more interest it generates. Yet security professionals argue that this is an unavoidable reality when dealing with figures of such global prominence. In their view, the goal is not to eliminate attention, but to manage it in a way that minimizes risk. Whether details eventually emerge or remain sealed indefinitely, the preparations themselves have already made a statement. They highlight the evolving challenges of fame, where even love stories require layers of defense. The wedding, whenever and wherever it occurs, is expected to be a deeply private affair, designed not for spectacle but for meaning. Until then, the world remains on standby, watching for hints while those responsible for security continue their work behind closed doors. What is certain is that this is not merely a celebrity wedding. It is a carefully orchestrated operation shaped by the realities of modern visibility. And as the countdown quietly continues, the emphasis remains clear: safety first, silence second, and celebration last. The situation has also reignited discussions among industry experts about how celebrity weddings have transformed over the past decade. What was once an event managed by publicists and event planners is now increasingly overseen by risk consultants and security strategists. In the case of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, that evolution is playing out in real time, reflecting how fame at their level brings challenges that extend far beyond logistics or aesthetics. Sources familiar with high-profile event planning say that the security framework surrounding this wedding is designed to be adaptive. Rather than relying on a fixed plan, teams are reportedly reviewing conditions daily, sometimes hourly, to account for shifting variables. These include media activity spikes, unusual travel patterns detected near suspected locations, and sudden surges in online discussion that could indicate heightened interest in a specific area. Each data point feeds into decisions that may alter schedules or routes at a moment's notice. Another layer of complexity stems from the guest list itself. While no names have been officially confirmed, speculation has centered on the possibility of attendance by major figures from the entertainment industry, professional sports, and business circles. If accurate, this would elevate the security profile even further. Protecting not only the couple, but also their guests, would require additional coordination and contingency planning, adding to the already extensive measures in place. Despite these challenges, insiders emphasize that the intent is not to create an atmosphere of restriction, but one of assurance. Security personnel are reportedly trained to remain as unobtrusive as possible, blending into the environment rather than dominating it. The objective, according to those briefed on the plans, is to allow the event to unfold naturally while maintaining the ability to respond instantly if circumstances change. The heightened vigilance has also influenced how vendors and service providers are selected. Preference is reportedly being given to teams with prior experience handling ultra-high-profile clients, particularly those accustomed to working under strict non-disclosure agreements. From catering to transportation, every element is said to be vetted not only for quality, but for discretion and reliability. Public reaction to reports of high-alert security has been mixed. Some fans express concern, viewing the measures as a sobering reminder of the pressures faced by public figures. Others see it as a testament to the couple's awareness and responsibility, especially given the unpredictable nature of large, passionate fan communities. In either case, the narrative has added another layer of intrigue to an already closely watched relationship. Media analysts note that the lack of official confirmation continues to drive engagement. Each report, however cautious in tone, generates renewed discussion and speculation. This cycle, while beneficial for headlines, reinforces the logic behind the couple's decision to remain silent. In an environment where even a single comment can be amplified globally, restraint becomes a form of control. For Swift, whose career has spanned eras of intense scrutiny and reinvention, the approach is consistent with lessons learned over time. Those close to her suggest that the emphasis on security is as much about peace of mind as physical safety. By entrusting professionals with these concerns, she and Kelce can focus on the personal significance of the moment rather than the potential distractions surrounding it. As days pass without concrete details, the sense of anticipation continues to build. Yet insiders caution against expecting a dramatic reveal. If anything, the prevailing expectation among those familiar with the planning is that the wedding will occur quietly, with minimal public acknowledgement until well after the fact, if at all. Any official confirmation, they say, is more likely to come once the event is complete and risks have subsided. In the broader context, the preparations serve as a case study in modern celebrity culture. They illustrate how personal milestones are increasingly shaped by external forces, from digital surveillance to real-time information sharing. For Swift and Kelce, navigating this landscape requires balancing openness with protection, visibility with privacy. Ultimately, the story unfolding is less about fear and more about foresight. The high alert status reflects an understanding of what is at stake, not just for two famous individuals, but for everyone involved in making the event possible. It is a reminder that in today's interconnected world, careful planning is not optional. It is essential. As speculation continues and preparations remain underway, one thing is clear. Whatever form the wedding takes, it will be defined as much by what is unseen as by what is celebrated. Behind the scenes, teams remain vigilant, plans remain fluid, and the countdown continues quietly. When the moment finally arrives, it is expected to do so without spectacle. Proof that sometimes the most powerful statements are made in silence. The ongoing preparations have also sparked renewed conversations about the psychological toll that constant vigilance can place on high-profile couples. Experts familiar with celebrity security note that living under continuous protection, especially during emotionally significant moments, requires careful balance. Too little security invites risk, while too much can feel overwhelming. In this case, sources say the teams involved are deliberately spacing their presence, ensuring readiness without intruding on the intimacy of the occasion. Another factor quietly shaping decisions is timing. With both Swift and Kelce maintaining demanding professional schedules, planners are said to be working around windows of opportunity that minimize public exposure. Any overlap with major sporting events, tour rehearsals, or high-visibility appearances is reportedly avoided. The objective is to select a moment when attention can be naturally diluted, reducing the chance of drawing unwanted focus to a single location. Insiders also point to lessons learned from past incidents involving other public figures. Over the years, several private celebrations have been disrupted by leaks, unauthorized drone footage, or sudden crowd gatherings. These cases are said to be closely studied as part of the planning process, serving as reminders that even well-intentioned curiosity can quickly escalate into a safety concern when amplified by social media. The role of technology continues to expand within the security operation. Advanced detection systems are reportedly being used to monitor airspace, identify signal interference, and flag unusual device activity within restricted zones. While these measures remain largely invisible to outsiders, experts say they represent the new standard for events involving individuals of Swift's global profile. Meanwhile, fan communities remain deeply engaged, parsing every public appearance for clues. A brief change in schedule, an unexplained gap between events, or a shift in travel patterns can ignite speculation within minutes. Yet despite the intensity of this attention, representatives for both Swift and Kelce have maintained a consistent approach. No confirmation, no denial, and no commentary on unverified reports. This silence has not dampened interest. If anything, it has sharpened it. Cultural commentators suggest that the absence of information allows audiences to project their own narratives, turning the wedding into a kind of collective mystery. From a security standpoint, however, this ambiguity serves a practical purpose, making it harder for any single theory to gain enough traction to pose a real-world risk. Those close to the couple emphasize that beneath the layers of planning and protection lies a straightforward intention. The wedding is meant to be a personal milestone, not a media event. Friends say Swift and Kelce are focused on the meaning of the commitment itself, viewing the surrounding precautions as a necessary framework rather than the defining feature of the day. As preparations quietly advance, the broader entertainment industry is watching closely. Event planners, security firms, and publicists alike see the situation as a benchmark for how future high-profile unions may be handled. The combination of global fame, digital immediacy, and heightened safety awareness is reshaping expectations across the board. In the absence of official updates, speculation will likely continue until the moment has passed. Whether the ceremony is eventually acknowledged publicly or remains known only to those in attendance, the measures taken in advance underscore a central reality of modern fame. Privacy, once assumed, now has to be actively protected. For now, the only certainty is that the teams involved remain on alert, monitoring conditions and refining plans as needed. The countdown, if there is one, is unfolding beyond public view. And when the day finally comes, it may arrive not with headlines or fanfare, but with quiet confirmation after the fact. A testament to careful planning in an age where attention is constant and silence has become the ultimate safeguard. As the narrative continues to unfold, analysts say the situation surrounding Swift and Kelce highlights a growing reality. Major life events for global figures now exist within a permanent state of risk assessment. Every decision, down to transportation routes, lodging arrangements, and even timing of rehearsals, is said to be evaluated through a security lens. What might appear excessive to the public is, within professional circles, considered prudent. Several sources point out that the current climate has made predictability itself a vulnerability. Patterns are avoided, Schedules are staggered. Movements are deliberately varied. This strategy, often referred to as dynamic unpredictability, is designed to reduce the chance that any single plan can be anticipated or exploited. In practice, it means last-minute changes are not exceptions but expectations. Behind the scenes, coordination reportedly extends across multiple teams working in parallel. While one group focuses on physical security, another handles digital monitoring, and a third oversees logistics and contingency planning. These teams are said to operate independently but share critical information in real time, creating a layered system where no single point of failure exists. The heightened security posture has also influenced how information flows within the couple's inner circle. Friends and family are reportedly briefed only on what they need to know, when they need to know it. While this approach can feel restrictive, those familiar with such environments say it is often the only way to maintain control when external interest reaches extraordinary levels. Public fascination shows no signs of slowing. Entertainment outlets continue to analyze indirect signals, from travel reports to subtle changes in public appearances. Yet the absence of confirmation has left even seasoned reporters cautious. Without verifiable facts, most coverage remains framed around possibility rather than certainty, underscoring how tightly controlled the situation has become. Security professionals note that the term high alert should not be misunderstood. It does not imply an active threat, but rather a state of readiness proportionate to the profile of those involved. In this case, the scale of attention alone justifies the measures being taken. The objective is prevention, not reaction. There is also a symbolic dimension to the preparations. For many observers, the lengths taken to protect this wedding reflect a broader commentary on fame in the digital era. Moments that once belonged solely to individuals now exist within a global ecosystem of cameras, platforms, and instant dissemination. Safeguarding privacy, therefore, requires resources and planning that would have seemed unimaginable just a generation ago. Those close to Swift say she is acutely aware of this reality. Over the course of her career, she has navigated shifting boundaries between public access and personal space. Friends describe the wedding preparations as an extension of that ongoing effort, an attempt to define a clear line around a moment meant to be shared only with those she trusts most. Kelce's perspective is said to mirror that sentiment. While his career has placed him in front of massive crowds, the controlled environment of professional sports differs sharply from the unpredictability of public fascination off the field. Insiders suggest that this distinction has shaped his support for a cautious, security-first approach. As the anticipated timeframe draws nearer, reports suggest that final rehearsals, if they can be called that, are being conducted with minimal footprint. No large gatherings, no visible buildup. Everything designed to appear ordinary, even uneventful to the outside world. In the realm of high-profile security, blending in is often the ultimate goal. Industry veterans say this strategy increases the likelihood that the event will pass without incident. The absence of spectacle reduces incentives for intrusion, while preparedness ensures that any unforeseen issue can be managed swiftly. Success in this context would mean the public learns about the wedding only after it has safely concluded. In the meantime, the story continues to evolve through fragments and inference. Each report adds texture, but no definitive picture. This ambiguity, while frustrating for some, is precisely what security planners aim to maintain. The less clarity there is externally, the more control remains internally. Ultimately, the extensive preparations underscore a simple truth. For Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, this is not just a wedding. It is a convergence of global attention, personal significance, and modern risk management. The measures in place are not about fear, but about foresight, an acknowledgement of the world as it is, not as it once was. When the moment finally arrives, it is expected to do so quietly, without advance notice or immediate confirmation. And in that silence, those involved will consider the operation a success. Because in an era defined by constant visibility, the ability to protect a private celebration may be the rarest achievement of all. In recent days, additional insight from sources close to the planning process suggests that the security operation has entered what professionals refer to as the lockdown phase. At this stage, variables are intentionally reduced, external interactions are minimized, and decision-making authority becomes increasingly centralized. This shift is designed to eliminate confusion and ensure that any response, should it be required, can be executed without delay. Individuals familiar with similar high-profile events explain that this phase often goes unnoticed by the public. There are no visible signs, no official announcements, and no obvious disruptions. Instead, it manifests through silence. Fewer movements, fewer appearances, fewer signals that can be tracked or interpreted. From a security perspective, this calm is not accidental, it is constructed. Behind that calm, however, teams are said to be running continuous simulations. These include crowd control scenarios, emergency medical responses, transportation rerouting, and communications lockdowns. Each scenario is reviewed repeatedly, not because a threat is expected, but because preparedness reduces uncertainty. In environments shaped by global attention, uncertainty itself is considered a risk. Experts also point out that the scale of Swift's influence introduces variables that do not exist for most public figures. Her fan base is not only massive, but highly organized and digitally fluent. Trends, theories, and movements can form organically within hours. While overwhelmingly positive, this level of engagement requires careful consideration when managing a private event tied to her personal life. At the same time, Kelce's visibility within the sports world brings a different, but equally intense, dimension. NFL coverage operates on its own cycle of constant analysis, speculation, and media demand. The overlap between entertainment media and sports media has amplified coverage beyond what either sphere would generate independently. This convergence has made information control especially critical. According to insiders, even minor logistical details, such as travel timing or accommodation changes, are treated as sensitive intelligence. Access to this information is limited, encrypted, and frequently updated to prevent pattern recognition. The emphasis on discretion has also extended to post-event planning. Sources say protocols are already in place to manage the period immediately following the wedding. This includes staggered departures, delayed confirmations, and coordinated messaging designed to prevent sudden surges of attention. The goal is to ensure that any acknowledgement, if it occurs at all, does not compromise safety retroactively. Public reaction to the ongoing silence remains intense. Fan discussions continue across platforms, often fueled by indirect clues and circumstantial observations. Yet, without confirmation, even the most widely shared theories remain speculative. From a security standpoint, this ambiguity is advantageous. It diffuses focus rather than concentrating it. Industry observers note that this situation may influence how other high-profile couples approach privacy in the future. As digital surveillance becomes more sophisticated and public curiosity more immediate, the strategies being employed here could become a template rather than an exception. Despite the scale of the operation, those close to Swift and Kelce emphasize that the mood remains grounded. The extensive preparations are described not as a source of stress, but as a means of removing it. By addressing risks in advance, the couple can focus on the emotional significance of the commitment they are making. This perspective underscores a recurring theme throughout the preparations: control through preparation, not restriction. Security measures are designed to support the event, not define it. The wedding itself, sources say, is expected to be simple in spirit, even if complex in execution. As the window of speculation narrows, media outlets continue to monitor developments cautiously. Without verifiable information, responsible coverage remains limited to context rather than claims. This restraint, while rare in modern media cycles, reflects the effectiveness of the information controls currently in place. Ultimately, the unfolding situation offers a revealing glimpse into the realities of modern celebrity life. Personal milestones no longer exist in isolation. They intersect with global attention, technological reach, and evolving security challenges. Navigating that intersection requires planning at a level few outside this world ever see. For now, preparations continue quietly, away from public view. There are no countdowns, no previews, no confirmations. Just teams on standby, plans refined to their final form, and a shared objective guiding every decision. that when Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce take this step together, they do so safely, privately, and on their own terms. And if the world only learns about it after the fact, that outcome will not be an accident. It will be the result of months of coordination, restraint, and vigilance. Proof that in an age defined by constant exposure, privacy remains possible, but only through deliberate and disciplined effort.